Good day, viewers. Welcome to that is, of course, Generation C, the show that aims to keep the youth that is, of course, informed throughout connection, creation, and, of course, culture. I am Hancho Kapofi, and I will be taking you through today's episode of Generation C. Now, if you don't know what Generation C is, of course, the recap of the zone, which brings you everything that is, of course, happening within the youth. The zone is published every Tuesday in the Namibian Sun, Algemeine Zeitung, as well as the Republican. Let's take a look at what the zone has in store for us this week.
You know, a few weeks ago, I would never do this on a Saturday morning. Back then, I was standing in line all day. Now it's just like that.
You are using the FNB banking app like I told you.
Girl, it saved my weekend. Now I can do all my banking on this.
Payments, transfers, checking statements.
Even opening accounts. Just like that. Oh, did I tell you what my husband did?
Even me, I want to save time with what's the name of the app?
FNB app.
Don't be left behind. Make the switch to the FNB app, online banking or cell phone banking, and change the way you bank to change your life. FNB, how can we help you?
Now today in studio we are joined by Queen Pieters, who is of course the NTV Presenter Search Competition winner. Now she is a communication student at the Namibia University of Science and Technology, but to find out a little bit more about her, you'll definitely need to stay tuned. But moving on to the zone, we of course have on the front page of the zone this week a focus on Jula 97 Academy, which hosted a career exchange program on the 5th of October at Acacia High School. The academy provides extra classes, tutoring, and homework assistance to young learners. The hall of the school was full of eager faces from various high schools speaking at the event. Ndambula Mbangula, a librarian at the University of Namibia, had an information session with the learners where she taught them all about libraries, of course, and I think this one is definitely one that you want to take a look at. Stay tuned.
So, I see most of you have already chosen your careers or your professions, or you have ventured already into what you want to pursue, which is a good thing. But for those that have not yet decided, or you are still battling ideas of what you want to do, it's okay. It's okay. You will get there eventually. So, who likes money? I love money. Okay. Now, who likes counting money? So, if you go to the shop, you buy yourself a packet of chips, you give the lady $2 or $3, you get back your change. Do you count it? Yes. Okay, who counts it? Who counts it? Why? Why do you count it? They will steal. Exactly. So we accountants, we actually deal with numbers. We deal with digits. You come to me with $5. You tell me you spent $3. I'm expecting you to have $2, right? It's basic math.
Now moving over to page 2, we of course have an article from the graduations at the Namibia University of Science and Technology, which is of course the second for this year. 724 students graduated from all 4 faculties successfully. A total of 3,072 students have graduated from the university, and at this institution's second graduations for the year, 323 students from the Faculty of Commerce, Human Sciences and Education, and 95 students from the Faculty of Computing and Informatics, 115 students from the Faculty of Building and Engineering, and 56 students from the Faculty of Health and Applied Sciences obtained their degrees successfully. Now, this is indeed fascinating. Let's take a look.
All these are offered by the Faculty of Commerce, Human Science and Education. As the ministry responsible for higher education, technology and innovation, it is always a proud moment to witness the culmination of staff and students' hard work over the years in success stories. Very few people truly understand the significant and compounding benefits society that an educated population has. The Namibian government understands the value of education and has time and again demonstrated its commitment to educating the Namibian child by ensuring that a lion's share of the national budget is allocated to education. It is therefore up to us, you and I, to play our part in the business of nation building by leveraging our education, our time, our commitment to implement worthy projects that will build a better Namibia, a better Africa, and indeed a better world. Dear graduating class of 2022, as a clinical psychologist myself, with vast experience in the higher education sector, I know too well the psychosocial stress that comes with pursuing higher education. I and many others understand the trials and tribulations that you students go through or have gone through to complete your education. It certainly was not.
Now, also on page 2, we of course have a photo from the Napso 4 Kuns en Kultuur Privaat Skool, Moria op Ocho, het met trots die Namibiese privaat skoolorganisasie Napso se Napso Nictus Kuns en Kultuurfees in Ocho aangebied. Vanuit die 11 Napso skole wat deelgeneem het 365 kunswerke deur ongeveer met 500 kunstenaars as deel van die fees uitgestel. Bykans 700 mense het oor die 3 dae hierdie kunsuitstalling en optredes bestig en bygewoon. Now, of course, also on page 2, we have our Vox Pops. This week, the zone team took to, of course, HTS, the Windhoek Technical High School, to find out what they are going to be up to throughout their midterm break. Let's find out.
I go by the name of Queen Pieters. I'm a grade 10 learner, and we are about to head in for our midterm break. So for my midterm break, I'm going to start by relaxing first for 2 days, and then from there on, I will start helping around the house, and then if I'm done with it, I can start studying for about 2 hours, and then again take a break and go through what I was about, like projects and things, catching up with my books and just updating my stuff. So if I come back to school, I'm fresh and I'm here to start again and getting ready for the exams, especially. Yeah.
My name is Kavende. I'm in grade 10. Our midterm break is starting on 1st of October, and my plans for this midterm break is I'm gonna first relax because I am in the hostel, so I study most of the time. Then from when I find the time, I will study for the upcoming exams because I'm going to be writing my exams slightly in November. So this midterm break will be a perfect opportunity for me to study and probably improve my grades from what they were before.
Okay. Good day, my name is Sebastian Mushambe and I'm a learner of HTS, and for my midterm break I will be focusing on my computer project. This a course of like about 2 years, and also I will be studying for my exams and just preparing mostly for chemistry and mathematics. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Lisa Makaros and I am a grade 10 learner of HTS. What I'm going to be doing during my midterm break is I am going to first finish all of my incomplete assignments and probably rest and study for the upcoming exams.
Hi, my name is Paul Limbo. I'm grade 10. During my midterm break, since we have a short break, I'm just going to try to rest and try to occupy myself with my books when I get the opportunity to study, and yeah, basically that's all. And try to go out and try to get some fun or fresh air outside. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Tawana. I'm grade 11 at HTS. For the midterm break, I prefer to spend my midterm break studying and preparing for my exam, because the upcoming exam is going to be hard and I plan to do my best.
Now moving over to page 3, we have our star teacher for the week, who is of course Lilette Maton. a teacher who started her education journey in the small town of Chumeb in 1989. She wasn't sure whether this was a career that was really for her because she always said she wasn't a born teacher. If she didn't become a teacher, Maton said she would have ventured into interior design or be a stomatologist. Well, also on page 3, we have an article on the Ministry of Education of Arts and Culture, which officially launched the National Readathon Week recently under the theme Read Namibia and understand the impacts of climate change on key economic sectors and livelihoods in Namibia. The Readathon is organized by the Directorate of Namibia Library and Archive Services with the purpose of strengthening the country's reading culture, increasing the usage of reading materials from various schools, libraries, as well as educating learners about ongoing climate change. Well, on page 4, it's a little bit different. This week, we are not going to be focusing on varsity, but we are going to be taking a look once again at the sports profiles from the Under-13 Super League winners of the rugby, which is, of course, the Pioneers Park Primary School. If you haven't caught it in the winter sports result, you are able to catch it in the zone. Let's take a look.
You know, a few weeks ago, I would never do this on a Saturday morning. Back then, I was standing in line all day. Now it's just like that.
You are using the FNB banking app like I told you.
Girl, it saved my weekend. Now I can do all my banking on this.
Payments, transfers, checking statements.
Even opening accounts.
Just like that.
Oh, did I tell you what my husband did?
Even me, I want to save time with the, what's the name of the app?
FNB app.
Don't be left behind. Make the switch to the FNB app, online banking or cell phone banking, and change the way you bank to change your life. FNB, how can we help you?
Welcome to the School Corner, where we talk about all things school kids. Now, of course, we don't have as much content for you this week, but I can tell you something really, really exciting. Of course, our school newspapers are coming out this week, Thursday. And for this week's school newspapers, we of course have all our schools in the south, as well as one school here in Windhoek, which is of course the Windhoek Afrikaans Private School. And then we have Cederlig, PK de Villiers, as well as Keetmanshoop High School and Keetmanshoop Private School. Get yourself a copy from the nearest retailers by the schools, as well as at the schools themselves, if you want to see what the school's editorial team cooked up for us this time around. But other than that, it's of course time for our juicy interview with the NTV's What Next presenter search competition, Queen. So let's head over to that.
You know, a few weeks ago, I would never do this on a Saturday morning. Back then, I was standing in line all day. Now it's just like that.
You are using the FNB banking app like I told you.
Girl, it saved my weekend. Now I can do all my banking on this.
Payments, transfers, checking statements.
Even opening accounts.
Just like that.
Oh, did I tell you what my husband did?
Even me, I want to save time with the, what's the name of the app?
FNB app.
Don't be left behind. Make the switch to the FNB app, online banking or cell phone banking, and change the way you bank to change your life. FNB, how can we help you?
Right, if you're just joining us, this is of course Generation C, the show that aims to empower the youth throughout of course our 3 segments, the Zone, Varsity Chat Room and School Corner. Now, today in studio I am joined by the oh so lovely MTV What's Next competition winner, Queen Pieters. How are you doing?
I'm grateful, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so thankful that you actually made time to be with us today. You know,
you
could have been in studio.
I'm sure that is empowering the youth. Count me in.
Oh wow. All right, so let's first start off, okay, for our viewers who don't know what the NTV What's Next competition is. Now, this was a presenter search competition, and I think we've searched, a lot of people actually applied for this competition. A lot of people applied, and she, of course, came out victorious. Now, tell us a little bit about what inspired you to join this competition.
You know, the words of my late best friend said,
the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
And I believe in not limiting myself. I believe in putting myself out there and challenging myself. So I was just like, let's take the leap of faith, you know?
Yeah.
Because I live with crippling anxiety. So for me, it was just like, I have this thing, 21 things to achieve before I turn 21 in October.
Ooh,
and
yes.
and putting myself out there was more challenging myself, you know? And I was just like, yeah, let me give this a try.
Yeah.
And I did. Did I anticipate that I would win? Absolutely not. There was a time that I wanted to, you know, drop out. But I was just like, perseverance. Let's get this, girl. So
Oh,
that
wow,
was
perseverance, very important. Now, you mentioned something very important, 21 things before you, that you want to achieve before you turn 21, which is in October, which is this month. How far are you with that list?
Quite far, quite far. There are very few, like there are important things that I haven't yet achieved, and my birthday is next week, Saturday.
Yeah.
So I only have like 2 weeks left, so I'm pushing, you know, to achieve them.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. All right, so tell us about your highlights during this competition. What were those difficulties? What did you get to experience throughout the competition?
I think the highlight definitely was that it was a very good learning experience. You know, it was a learning curve, and it created a lot of growth, a lot of room for growth, and also just personal growth, you know, apart from professional growth, and meeting absolutely amazing people.
Yeah.
The contestants that I met was absolutely it. And also the judges, you know, how we were received, how we were welcomed.
Yeah.
That I loved that. And just, you know, grooming and then nurturing and molding me. So I think that is what this competition did to me, and now that I'm here as a presenter at NTV, you know, I think I'm continuously growing and evolving and shedding off parts of myself.
Wow. Shedding off parts of myself. Girl, you're speaking my language.
Yes.
All right, so tell me a little bit about those moments when you were in Ongwe Diva. That moment when it was announced that the winner of the NTV
What's next presenter search competition. You know, I didn't eat that morning because I was you know, enveloped by anxiety. You know, I didn't want to eat, and I was like in the room, and I was just like, maybe I'm not winning, you know, but it's okay.
I came this far. I'm in Diva.
Yeah, it's okay, you know. And I was constantly reminded by the enemy, it's like, you're not gonna win. So I had to pray and tell Yahweh, you need to shut all these voices down. You know, I'm a believer, by the way. So and so in that moment, it was very nerve-wracking because as like the moment he says that is it, that is final. No one, you cannot take away from that. That is it. And so when it's like the winner of NTV What's Next presenter search competition is Queen Pieters, I was just like, dang. So I looked up to the heavens and was just like, Yahweh, that was you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, but also very exciting, you know,
Yeah.
to see the end result of, you know, my hard work and my sacrifices, because Homegirl made a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah, I love to hear that, because in anything you do, there will be a few sacrifices that you'll have to make. All right, so share with us. You've been here for a month now here at Namibia Media Holdings, NTV. You're socializing with literally everybody. So tell us about how those few, how it's been for a month. I think a month is enough now to blend in, to see who's who, what's happening. You know, tell me a little bit about those things.
Well, you see, like you said, a month is definitely enough to pick up certain things, and it's been a good experience. It's been a good experience, you know. A lot of you see how people do things, you know. You see how people interact in the office space, you know, and then you see people when they're not in the office. So it's interesting to see how they can switch off and switch on, you know, professional aspects. And then also something that I've learned here is that, you know, presenting is one of the most honorable jobs, because the camera doesn't care about how you feel. All you have to do is deliver the message, you know, and that is what my mentor, you know, Ashwin Berry, said, that presenting is one of the most honorable jobs. So it's that ability to, you know, switch off, you know, and switch on your emotions. You know, the moment you come sit in front of the camera, you have to forget about what just happened a minute ago. Yeah, so it's a lot of growth that is happening, you know, and so it's nice, you know, the different people, different personalities, you know, coming together, blending in. You see how people are. So it's very interesting.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. The certain things you pick up, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I love to hear that. All right, so do you have any advice for our prospective competition? Come on, competition joiners. I can say that competition. This is my show.
Okay, yeah,
competition
it's your show.
joiners.
Yes, it's your show.
Like for the future, you know, obviously now that people have seen, okay, Queen Pieters has walked away with it, I can definitely walk away with it. So what advice do you have for our prospects?
Well, for me, it's basically because I do it for the Southern child, you know, because like when I go to the South, it's always about a thing of when I see a Southern child, you know, a small child, I want them to see their face reflected in mine. And for me, it's like, if I could do it, then you can do it. You know, you can reach higher heights. So do not limit yourself, you know, go for it, take up space,
and just show up and show out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That is it for me, because if you do not put yourself out, the opportunities are not gonna come,
Yeah.
you know, to come knock at your door, unless
Yeah.
you really have a good brand. Then people would come look for you.
Mhm.
But I think we are in the process of still building your brand, you know,
Yeah.
building your name, because your name is your brand.
Yeah.
So whatever you do out there would definitely reflect back on your brand. So
Mhm.
as young people, we also need to know what it is that we engage in,
Mhm.
what it is that we register interests in, because it will reflect back on your brand.
Wow, amazing to hear. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for
You're
having
taking
me.
time out of your busy schedule to be here with us
It's
today.
okay, it's
Because you know, it's obviously, I know you are a communication student as well. Final year this year.
yeah.
So, you know, it's time for Operation Save the Semester. Mara, you are here.
Therefore.
Yeah, right. So thank you so much. Right, you headed yourself from Queen Pieters. Don't limit yourself, guys. Push out of your shell. It's all for the Southern child. You see your face, you see yourself reflected in her, and join the competition, because throughout this competition you get to groom yourself and grow to even much greater opportunities, because I'm sure for Queen Pieters it's not going to end here.
From your mouth to God's ears. Yes.
All right. So stay tuned for the Varsity Chat Room.
You know, a few weeks ago, I would never do this on a Saturday morning. Back then, I was standing in line all day. Now it's just like that.
You are using the FNB banking app like I told you.
Girl, it saved my weekend. Now I can do all my banking on this.
Payments, transfers, checking statements.
Even opening accounts. Just like that. Oh, did I tell you what my husband did?
Even me, I want to save time with the, what's the name of the app?
FNB app.
Don't be left behind. Make the switch to the FNB app, online banking or cell phone banking, and change the way you bank to change your life. FNB, how can we help you?
Now, that was, of course, our amazing interview with Queen Pieters, of course, a communication student at the Namibia University of Science and Technology, and also our NTV Presenter Search competition winner. Now, of course, that was all we had for you on today's episode of Generation C, but do not worry, do not fear. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Adios.